From Daily Trust News Center, this is News Hour.
On News Hour tonight, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres arrives Nigeria on two-day working visit. Nigeria-Turkey strengthens strategic partnership. PDP reschedules screening of aspirants. And on the foreign scene, Philadelphia police officer charged for shooting a 12-year-old. Hello and welcome to News Hour on Trust TV. I'm Dashan Husseina Usman. Now the news in full. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has arrived in Nigeria on a two-day official visit. According to the United Nations Information Center in Nigeria, Guterres is expected to meet with the Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum in Maiduguri, the state capital, before embarking on a field mission where he will meet families affected by the Boko Haram conflict ravaging the region for more than 12 years. The UN chief will also evaluate the impact of climate change on vulnerable communities and assess progress made as well as the challenges to the COVID-19 recovery. From there, he is scheduled to head to Abuja to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, and other top cabinet officials. In Abuja, Guterres is expected to officiate a wreath-laying ceremony for victims of the 2011 bombing at the UN House and later meet with young people's delegates, women, religious leaders, and diplomatic communities and journalists. It is the first visit by the UN Secretary General to Nigeria since his appointment. The visit is part of his annual Ramadan solidarity visits to nations. Similarly, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has commended the Borno State government for effectively handling the needs of the people displaced by insurgency. Guterres stated this while on a visit to Maiduguri as part of his two-day official visit to Nigeria. The UN scribe who visited Gubio IDP camp and the repentant Boko Haram at the Hajj Camp Express expressed satisfaction with Governor Zulum for building confidence and trust in people through his programs and promised to support the state to help in resettlement and reintegration programs. President Muhammadu Buhari has exchanged Eid greetings over the phone with President Recep Erdogan of Turkey. The two presidents also discussed bilateral relations and matters of global interest. Both leaders covered a lot of ground on ongoing discussions between their countries on the supply and local manufacture of military equipment. During their phone call, which was initiated by the Turkish leader, matters of strategic cooperation were discussed at length. President Buhari used the opportunity to especially thank his Turkish counterpart for his commitment and support to Nigeria in the ongoing war against terrorism. In politics, the People's Democratic Party has rescheduled the screening of aspirants contesting the 2023 elections. The party has also shifted its National Executive Committee meeting, earlier scheduled for May 5th to Tuesday, May 10th. The party disclosed this in a statement issued by its National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu. He said that the earlier date clashed with the local government delegate elections involving all party members, adding that all inconveniences are regretted. Similarly, the PDP National Working Committee also rescheduled the screening appeal for all aspirants for governorship and president from Tuesday, May 3rd to Wednesday, May 4th. The party, in a separate statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olugabanga, in Abuja on Monday night, said that the adjustment in date was occasioned by the Eid al-Fitr celebration. The second-term bid of the Kwara State Governor, Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, has received a boost as the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, has asked him to publicly declare his ambition to recontest. At the annual Bareke where the emir paid a Salah homage to the governor in Government House. The chairman of the Kwara Council of Traditional Rulers said the governor had done well to deserve another term. He described the governor as someone who spends more time in the field than office. The governor, in his address, said his administration's commitment to collective good is evident across all sectors within the last 3 years. He said the administration has made Kwara workers one of the best and promptly paid workforce in central Nigeria.
Guide him, protect him, and assure success for him in all his administration. I'm very glad to be here, and I have in my heart to testify to the fact that I'm here in good faith. And I wish that the governor aiming to do another one term of office. It is an individual right enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria that if you do the first term 4 years, you may also contest for the second term 8 years. How can anybody come to somebody's house and say he will not get what he wants? Provided there is a level playing ground, each citizen of Nigeria is entitled to ask, and it will be answered.
On another occasion of barricade, it is a testament to the excellent relationship between the traditional institution and the government. We do not take this for granted. Your Royal Highness, our administration is committed to peace, unity, and general well-being of our people. Within a short space of 3 years, we have made Kwara workers one of the best and promptly paid workforce in Nigeria. Our commitment to collective good is evident across all sectors. Health diseases have improved. We have upgraded facilities across the state. We have taken roads and other development to the remotest parts and corners of Kwara State.
The resident electoral commissioner for Zamfara State, Professor Saidu Babara Ahmed, has reported that the commission's office in Kaura Namoda local government area was gutted by fire. A statement from the National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, said the incident occurred around 11 p.m. on Monday, 2nd May 2022. No casualties were reported, while critical materials such as permanent voters card and registration machines for the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise stored in fireproof cabinets were saved. The statement, which noted that the building was extensively damaged, added that a number of fixed and movable office furnitures were destroyed in spite of the best effort of the Zamfara State Fire Service to contain the inferno. The police and fire service have commenced investigation to ascertain the cause of the fire and advised the commission for further action. The Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, has described bandits as total terrorists who must be eliminated. The monarch stated this when the Chief of Army Staff, General Farouk Yahaya, paid him Salah homage on Tuesday. The Sultan said the challenges are testing the capacity of security operatives. However, the Chief of Army Staff promised to arrest Bello Turji and other bandits terrorizing the northwestern part of Nigeria. Speaking of the groundbreaking ceremony of Forward Operation Base in Isa local government area of Sokoto State on Tuesday, he assured that there was no resting place for terrorists. The Eid al-Fitr celebrations continued Tuesday with fun lovers visiting different locations within the city center to have fun. Trust TV camera caught up with some of them at a location in town.
Hundreds of people gathered at various Eid grounds signifying the end of Ramadan fast. Chief Imam of Bauchi, Bala Babani Inna.
We apologize for that mix-up. Chief Imam of Bauchi, Malam Bala Baba Inna, has advised Nigerian youths to be good ambassadors and self-reliant instead of engaging in political thuggery and other social vices. He gave the advice at the Central Mosque Eid ground during his Salah sermon in Bauchi. Adamu Imam has details.
His sermon after observing the usual 2 rak'at at the Eid Central Mosque called on Nigerian youth to desist from political violence. He now regretted that the current ASU strike is doing more harm than good to Nigerian students and the education system, especially in the north, and urged parties involved to quickly address the issue. Some Bauchi residents who pray at the Eid mosques explain that the Nigerian youth can change their narrative if they utilize the potentials, especially in numbers and youthful vigor, during the 2023 general elections.
People that are coming into politics, they are going to use them in the bad way so that to achieve their own goals. And after that, they will just throw them away. So these people that are coming, we have to be very vigilant as we are youth, we are the future of our tomorrow, we are the leaders of the tomorrow.
It's better that you find out what is the solution, especially the issue of the siyasa. This is the issue of the siyasa. It is totally destroying future youth. So please, we should not have the future.
All they should use this opportunity, whatever we have learned during the Ramadan, they should exploit it. They should explore whatever they have been to embrace faith and to be self-reliant. They shouldn't rely on somebody, which doing so will lead them to Sarasuka or social vices.
The Chief Imam prayed for Nigerian leaders and the country at large for her growth and development. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Trust TV camera caught up with some fun lovers and fun seekers at a location in Abuja while celebrating Eid al-Fitr celebrations.
Post-Eid celebration witnessed a significant crowd of people who came in their numbers to unwind with friends and family at the Millennium Park in Abuja. Although the park was under lock and key, this did not stop the fun seekers from looking for a way around it.
First of all, we give glory to God Almighty for giving us the grace to observe the fasting from the beginning to the ending and give us the grace to celebrate the Salahs we are doing. Even though there is no money, but we thank God for the good health. So, celebrating the Salah is a normal thing. We went to the prayer ground, we pray. And as transit today being the second day of Salah, we are here with my I'm here with my family to just relax. So that's how the Salah has been.
Look at why we're coming here now. This is the place of enjoyment. They lock it. They don't allow us to enter. What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating death? Are we celebrating happiness? You don't open the way for us to happy. Our children now, look at them, they are sitting down here for nothing. They should open the way for everybody to be happy. You lock it.
It has been great so far. And this is just the beginning. Wow. So we're going to have a lot of fun and just enjoy the rest of the Salah. Okay. We're supposed to go there and have fun, but now everybody is too crowded here and we don't even have a big space.
Because we felt being at home would be so boring, so we thought we should bring the family out for a family refreshment and have a nice time. Okay. So even though the park was not open fully, but we still thank God at least this place is okay. You can see families enjoying themselves.
Because right now, we're supposed to be in there enjoying the Salah, but we have to come here because it's locked. Because they said it's because of COVID-19.
In the same vein, one way Salah fun seekers enjoy the celebration is by visiting parks and amusement centers to spend the day. This makes such destination witness a surge as patronage normally hits the roof. In Kaduna State, however, this seems not to be the case, as manager of one of the parks visited by Trust TV tells a tale of low patronage during Salah. The report.
During festivities like Salah, Christmas and Easter, people visit recreational and fun centers to unwind. The fun seekers, who come from different faiths to celebrate the festive period together, called for mutual understanding among Nigerians. In Kaduna, fun seekers celebrated Salah together at a park.
I come to celebrate my Salah. I just want to enjoy the weather and see plenty people meet new friends.
We thank God for the celebration, and we pray that Nigeria will continue to grow and will continue to be united together, and the peace will continue to reign.
So it's kind of nice because I think the place is secured, no like ghetto, it's not that kind of ghetto, so everybody can be free. Not too bad, but like the place not that kind good, but just I feel normal.
They called on Nigerians to be united and respect one another to ensure national unity and development.
The masses, they should just know that we are one Nigeria. They should not be disintegrating themselves from each other. That we should celebrate this Eid together and be in peace.
We should always respect each other. Let's live peaceful the way Nigeria is now. Let's try and cooperate and help each other.
For the park manager, the turnout is not impressive due to many factors.
We have had a very poor turnout. We think mostly it's due to the security situation. Two, the economy is not so buoyant and people don't have, I would say, disposable income to spend on a day like this. But we are hopeful that moving forward, things will improve and we'll get better turnout. But to say the least, the turnout has been very poor.
This year's Eid al-Fitr is observed in Kaduna amidst security, economic and other challenges.
Eid al-Fitr is an Islamic rite signaling the end of a month-long fast in the holy month of Ramadan. Muslims in Gombe State joined their counterparts across the globe to celebrate the rite. Ibrahim Ismail captured some of the activities that shaped the celebration, as well as the economic condition of the people during festival. The report.
The Eid al-Fitr begins with the sighting of the new crescent of Shawwal, the Zakat al-Fitr, which is a charity that is normally shared before the 2 Rakat Eid prayers. Dr. Awal Abdullahi is an Islamic scholar in Gombe.
The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Sumu li ru'yatihi wa aftiru li ru'yatihi." When you see or you sighted the crescent, that is the new moon, you can do the fasting. You can start the fasting. After 29 days of Ramadan, you can retire, you can stop the fasting and do the Eid al-Fitr, that is enjoyment during Salah celebration. But when you didn't see it, you can complete it to be 30 days. So it's expected for each and every Muslim to share the food among the needy and to at least show from their faces the kind of celebration and the happy and joy from the faces of each and every Muslim.
The 2022 Ramadan was observed amidst concern over high cost of living as Nigerians battle with skyrocketing prices of food. Some families were affected by the current economic situation in the country.
In the past we used to have like maybe 3, 4, 5 cents, but with present realities, the kids will just have to make do with what's available. The culture is such that we celebrate by maybe just slaughtering chickens and things like that. But yesterday I was in Tumfere Market here in Gombe, and surprisingly the prices had kind of like skyrocketed. You find an average chicken for 5,500.
Meanwhile, people made out time to celebrate the festival in style as they trooped out to watch the Daba at the palace of the Emir of Gombe.
We thank God for this Salah. We have new clothes and people shared welfare packages, foods and everything. We thank God.
This Salah is very exciting. I think it's better than those observed in previous years.
You can notice the whole town is very agog. All of the streets are filled to the brim. Every part of the road is filled to the brim. With people who are applauding the people on horseback. And I can say we are very happy. It's a thing of joy for us to participate in this type of activity. Thank you.
It It is a celebration that we do it with our loved ones that came from far and near in order to rejoice. And what I would like to pray here is that may Allah accept our ibadat and let it be a way of going to Al-Jannatul Firdaus.
During Eid festival, Islam requires Muslims to celebrate, visit loved ones, and assist the needy to make everyone smile. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
The second day of Salah festivities in Katsina State is steeped in a rich custom that dates to the early 20th century. The emirs of Katsina and Daura organized the Hawan Sarki and Hawan Daushe in the ancient cities. In Katsina, the emir, in company of district heads and other traditional title holders, ride on horsebacks from Kangiwa Square to the administrative center, now Government House, to pay homage to the governor. Abdullahi Yamadi tells us more about this rich cultural heritage of the Katsina Salah Daba.
The Emir and other traditional title holders, as well as district heads dressed in royal regalia, set out for the 7-kilometer ride as early as 7 a.m. People from within and outside the state troop to assemble along Nagogo Road, which is the usual route, to catch a glimpse of the Emir. The enthusiastic crowd of spectators share some foods and drinks to their fans among the long procession of district heads, while others pray for the Emir's long life and prosperity. These appreciative spectators cannot miss the Serrano singers, colorful entertainers, and beautifully adorned horses decked with royal regalia. The traditional Hawan Sarki can be traced back as far as 1906, during the reign of the then Emir of Katsina, Muhammad Dikko. The preservation of this good tradition and cultural heritage plays up the significance of custodians in protecting traditional institutions. Observers say the traditional Hawan Sallah and Hawan Sarki in Katsina State is a beautiful blend and celebration of culture and modernity. Abdullahi Ismail, Trust Television News, Katsina.
You're watching News Hour on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Kefi roadside traders anticipate massive sales. Do stay with us.
Every patriotic Nigerian should hear this. Any politician who means well for the people will never allow themselves or their supporters to engage in any violent, destructive activities. No politician who truly wants to serve the people and develop the nation will encourage his followers to destroy properties or take human lives before, during, or after the elections. The Nigerian public must watch out for these traits and isolate any politician who encourages supporters to engage in violence. No genuine politician or patriot will cause trouble and seek to destroy the very society which they aspire to lead or develop. Politicians who have the good of the people at heart will not allow themselves or their followers to engage in violence, destruction of properties, and then taking of lives. Be vigilant. By their words you shall know them. Shun violence. Stay away from politicians who want you to do so. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NORA.
Welcome back. You're still watching News Hour on Trust TV. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. We told you that the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has arrived in Nigeria on a 2-day official visit. We also told you that President Muhammadu Buhari has exchanged Eid greetings over the phone with President Recep Erdogan of Turkey. Moving to security, authorities of the Nigerian army on Tuesday says it will go after the militants of the indigenous people of Biafra until they are tracked down for gruesomely murdering 2 of its personnel who are a couple. Daily Trust has reported that 2 soldiers, Audu Linus, a master warrant officer, and Private Gloria Matthew, were murdered in cold blood and subsequently beheaded on Saturday when they were on transit to Imo State for their traditional wedding. Confirming their murder in a statement issued in Abuja, Army spokesman Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu described the killing as gruesome, barbaric, and most despicable, saying those unleashing terror on innocent citizens will not go scot-free. Nwachukwu noted that the dissident groups have continued to live in denial while masquerading as unknown gunmen in their criminal violent campaign in the region. And still on a sad note, the corpse of a young woman said to be in her early 20s was found dumped at Rayfield Resort area of Just South on Sunday night, May 1st. According to Politics Nigeria, the lifeless body of Ms. Choji, who described herself as a dancer, model, singer, and actress on her social media profile, was left by the roadside. The deceased was a resident of Kabong, Gadabu in Plateau State. The incident happened a few months after the murder of 2 young women, Plangnan Solomon and Jennifer Anthony, a 300-level student of the University of Jos. Meanwhile, friends of the deceased have taken to social media to mourn her. Members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, popularly known as Shiites, allege that police shot 1 and arrested 78 of their members during a peaceful Quds Day procession in Zaria and Kaduna on Friday. Member of the group, Engineer Yunusa Lawal Musa, at a press briefing in Kaduna, also demanded for the unconditional release of the travel documents of Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki and his wife. The report.
And arrested 78 of their members in Kaduna and Zaria during International Quds Day procession in solidarity with the oppressed people of Palestine, which is observed worldwide in the last Friday of the holy month of Ramadan.
They attacked both Kaduna and Zaria. You understand? And that of Zaria, actually, they have actually even arrested well over 70 people. And they have brought them here to Kaduna day before yesterday. So they are here. So, but there's something that is happening. And the Zaria members are handling that aspect. But our brothers here, 8 of them, were handling it. Our lawyer is at the top of the situation.
While demanding for the unconditional release of the passport of their leader, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, and his wife to proceed for medical trip, the group also called on Nigerians to demand for social justice at all times.
We are calling on all people of conscience to prevail on the government to stop these attacks, and also for the government to unconditionally release the passports of our leader, Sheikh Ibrahim Yaqub El-Zakzaki, and his wife, Malama Zinatuddin Ibrahim. Moreover, we are calling on fellow Nigerians to demand for security, justice, equality, and freedom.
Efforts to contact the police public relations officer Kaduna State Command, ASP Mohammed Jaigewere, on the issue proved abortive.
Traders along Kefi Road have doubled their products in anticipation of more customers as Muslim faithful celebrate Salah. Despite the harsh economic reality in the country, the traders say they have made adequate preparation for their customers who are predominantly Muslims shopping for the Salah celebration. Gaza Yakubu tells us more.
Under smoke and fire, Comfort Ishaku has turned up to catch up with the festivity. This market is along Kefi Road where many travelers stop by to cool off. With the Salah celebration, the quantity of fish offered for sale has increased.
If you can see the area we are preparing how we will dance after, and the market will move. People will enter. We have never started now. What gives me confidence is that today is Salah. Is that not so? Today is Salah. That is why we are happy and we are going to sell because of the Salah celebration. Yeah.
The market does not just sell fish, but it is the attraction for many customers. The number of fish usually prepared by this woman is 25, but she has doubled up to 50 to meet up the demand for our customers this Salah.
We started this market we started in the morning, but people usually enter around 2 o'clock, around 3 o'clock, around 4 o'clock till evening time. We used to sell here till 11 o'clock in the night. This time, this one we are holding is just by 2,500, 2,000. Depending on the market. See them. It's 2,005, 2,000. See this size. That is the size we used to sell 1,500 naira. See them here. 1,500 naira. That is the size.
The preparation will continue to the evening hours when they will start attending to their customers. But until then, they will have to continue roasting fish to meet up their target number. Gaza Yakubu, Trust TV News, Nasarawa.
As the world marks Press Freedom Day, the role of the Nigerian mass media in shaping public opinion that will recruit effective leadership is coming into sharp focus. Some journalists who spoke to Trust TV's Shafi'u Suleiman are demanding for legislations that would guarantee a secured, professional and rewarding working environment. The report.
The role of the journalist in shaping society has never been in question. But now it seems the press itself is being shaped by development in its working environment. Journalists believe the profession is facing critical challenges capable of undermining its prime role of holding leadership accountable to the people. And this is why the theme of this year's celebration, Journalism Under Digital Siege, is apt.
In the space of 3 years, we moved from 115 to 120. It also speaks to how free the press is. Then you also have economic implications for the press. Whether it is deliberate or not, there seems to be an agreement that the press or journalism, broadcast, whatever, needs to be economically emasculated.
We have the issue of dealing with fake and quack practices, people that are not well qualified. We have the issue of the media organization or the media owner organization that are not underpaying their staff.
As they grapple with the volatile working environment, some journalists have to contend with capacity deficit. The downside to this is that it limits the ability of practitioners to engage and interrogate those aspiring for leadership positions as the nation approaches another round of electioneering activities.
We must interrogate the facts. You know, we live in an age where you have politicians you have establishments that have what we call either internet boys or keyboard warriors that continue to churn out unverifiable news.
And it is only with the freedom of the press that will be able to checkmate what the other politician has done, that it is yet to be known, to assess him for further or to the next level if we want him to be in office.
Expanding social media space is seen to be breeding unprofessional conduct by quacks, and this is posing a greater threat to the mainstream media. Journalists say it is imperative to tackle this challenge head-on, as it undermines the desire to have balanced and credible information. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Similarly, the National Human Rights Commission on Tuesday described journalists as the oxygen of democracy, agents of change and development. The executive secretary of the commission, Tony Ojukwu, said this in a statement in Abuja in celebration of the World Press Freedom Day. Ojukwu said that the press is a critical agent for the protection of democracy and development and must be supported. He added that this will enable them to effectively discharge their constitutional duties as the watchdog of the society. According to Ojukwu, journalists face other challenges including censorship, harassment, intimidation, and in some cases, assassinations, adding that it is incontestable that the advent of the internet with the attendant boost in digital communication has benefited humanity in various ways. World Press Freedom Day, which is marked annually on the 3rd of May, is set aside to pay tribute to journalists who have lost their lives in the course of their profession and in defense of media independence. In this report, Chiamaka Nwafo looks at evolving challenges in the media work environment and new risks faced by practitioners.
Journalism under digital siege is this year's theme, focusing mostly on the risk faced by journalists through surveillance and digitally mediated attacks. The media faces dislocations within its ranks because of challenges with regulating social media. These challenges have given authorities the excuse to go after the media with the premeditated intent to muzzle the media. Luckily, legislation aimed at regulating the media at the National Assembly have fallen like a pack of cards. Nevertheless, there are those that believe that press freedom in Nigeria is still a work in progress.
Press freedom in Nigeria is still not, we are not yet there. 4 hefty operatives came all the way from Katsina to Abuja here to arrest me, with 3 AK-47. And I was wondering, I asked them, what's this? Somebody who is carrying a pen, you're carrying 3 were carrying AK-47 with bullet vests, everything.
As though they are coming for some kind of war or something.
So, and I, please don't, and before I knew it, handcuff, if you try anything, my friend, don't do this here. So they drove me through the night from here to Katsina. It was a public holiday. They just threw me in somewhere there. That's about 9 days ago. That was left off the hook.
But Omonu is not the only one who has experienced attempts to gog the media. One of such celebrated episodes which have not been unraveled decades after is the brutal murder of Dele Giwa. Journalists are targets of all sorts of attacks as they seek the truth in a country where bribery and corruption are rife. May 3rd serves as a reminder to governments of the need to respect their commitment to press freedom. It is also a day of reflection among media professionals about issues of press freedom and professional ethics. Chiamaka Nwafo, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In business, the Nigerian Communications Commission is finalizing plans to disconnect fake and counterfeit phones from all networks in the country. This will be implemented through the deployment of the device management system, a technology solution that will also allow the telecoms regulator to disconnect any phone flagged as stolen. According to a report by Nairametrics, the regulator will be leveraging the International Mobile Equipment Identifier, which is the unique number for each device, which is registered the moment a phone is connected. To this effect, the DMS solution will enable the NCC to monitor, manage, and secure the telecommunications sector in the country. It will also provide a single control point for comprehensive device management for mobile and network devices. While the process has commenced, the NCC notes that the final implementation of the project must be approved by the Federal Executive Council. Let's join Chamunda Bang for more business news.
According to the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, Nigeria's and other OPEC member countries' capacity to pump the volumes of crude oil allowed by the organization has been limited. OPEC also announced that Nigeria's oil production fell by 40,000 barrels per day in April 2022, equating to 1.2 million barrels for the month under consideration. As declines in Libya and Nigeria offset supply increases by Saudi Arabia and other key producers, OPEC said its oil output in April fell short of the boost envisaged under a deal with allies. As demand improves after the pandemic, OPEC and its allies are gradually easing 2020 output curbs. OPEC Plus will meet on Thursday, and despite the rise in oil prices following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, it is poised to confirm a previously negotiated output raise. Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) is finalizing preparations to disconnect all networks in the country from phony and counterfeit phones. The device management system, a technology solution that will also allow the telecoms regulator to disconnect any phone classified as stolen, will be used to do this. The regulator will use the International Mobile Equipment Identifier (IMEI), which is a unique identifier assigned to each device and registered the minute it is connected. According to the project's information memorandum, the DMS solution will allow the NCC to monitor, manage, and secure the country's telecommunications industry. It will also serve as a single point of control for mobile and network device management. While the process has begun, the NCC points out the project's final implementation must be approved by the Federal Executive Council (FEC). Cocoa growers in Nigeria, united under the banner of Cocoa Farmers Association of Nigeria (CFAN), have pledged to boost the country's cocoa production from 340,000 metric tons to 500,000 metric tons by 2024. According to CFAN President Adegoke Adeola, the new project aims to make Nigeria the top cocoa producer in West Africa by 2027. The ambition, Adeola said, is based on improved cocoa varieties, national cocoa farm irrigation, the improvement of smallholder cocoa farmers' livelihood through the collection of a $400 living income differential, and the overall improvement of the cocoa sector from research, inputs, production, value addition, processing, and export. He went on to say that global cocoa production stands around 5 million metric tons, with Ghana and Ivory Coast generating 1.2 million metric tons and 2.2 million metric tons respectively, with an average production of 800 kilograms per hectare, and Nigeria producing around 340,000 metric tons with an average production of 350 to 400 kilograms per hectare. That's all for business news. I am Chamun Dabeng.
You're still watching News Hour on Trust TV. We'll be back after this quick break.
Every patriotic Nigerian should hear this. Any politician who means well for the people will never allow themselves or their supporters to engage in any violent, destructive activities. No politician who truly wants to serve the people and develop the nation will encourage his followers to destroy properties or take human lives before, during, or after the elections. The Nigerian public must watch out for these traits and isolate any politician who encourages supporters to engage in violence. No genuine politician or patriot will cause trouble and seek to destroy the very society which they aspire to lead or develop. Politicians who have the good of the people at heart will not allow themselves or their followers to engage in violence, destruction of properties, and then taking of lives. Be vigilant. By their words you shall know them. Shun violence. Stay away from politicians who want you to do so. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NORA.
Welcome back. At least 50 passengers were rescued when fire gutted the tires of an aircraft operated by Dana Airlines Limited in Port Harcourt. The incident occurred on Monday evening. It was also gathered that no life was lost and no passenger was injured as first responders, including operatives of the fire service at the airport, moved in to control the situation. In a statement on Tuesday morning, Dana Air spokesman Kingsley Ezenwa said the aircraft had been grounded pending the conclusion of investigations. The statement apologizes to the passengers on the flight for the inconveniences caused due to the eventual cancellation of the flight. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has uncovered drugs worth 22 billion naira. The agency said the ongoing investigation of alleged drug baron Ukatu led to the discovery. The suspect, Afam Malinson Ukatu, was said to have imported 1,284 cartons of tramadol in October 2019. After months of surveillance, the agency arrested Ukatu. Investigations revealed that Ukatu has been a major importer of large consignments of different brands and high dosages of tramadol hydrochloride, ranging from 120 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 225 milligrams, and 250 milligrams, all of which are illicit. Business mogul Tunde Badmus has charged Standards Organization of Nigeria and National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control to do more in ensuring that food items in the market across the country are safe for consumption. Badmus, who is the Asiwaju Musulumi of Yoruba land, including Edo and Delta, said expired foreign rice and chicken preserved with chemicals are being imported into the country and are very injurious to health of Nigerians. Speaking with Trust TV's Hamid Oyegbade in Oshogbo, the industrialist urged SON and NAFDAC to ensure that local rice and other food items locally produced in the country also meet standard to discourage Nigerians from consuming imported foods. On the 2023 presidential election, Badmus says former governor of Lagos State and presidential aspirant of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, merits to become next president of Nigeria to tackle the challenges facing the nation.
In the bag of rice you see, you will never see their certification there. So there's a need, if they involve those agencies, Nigeria have one of the best rice in the country. But the one they are bringing to is about 3-4 years old, because and in their own case, the life of this thing is about 1 year before they withdraw from the market. So what they bring to us is what they cannot consume in their own country.
Nigeria is now regarded as a global front-runner in the struggle of repatriate illicit exported artifacts back to the countries of origin. It is widely acknowledged around the world that some of the best ancient arts belong to Nigeria, including those from Benin, Ife, Nok, and Igbo-Ukwu. Many of these beautiful works were illicitly taken away, particularly during the colonial period, and the Buhari administration has made it a mission to repatriate them back to Nigeria. Kehinde Amodu looks at this government project and how successful it has been in the past 5 years. Moving on, away from Nigeria, a Philadelphia police officer has been charged for shooting a 12-year-old boy in the back after chasing the child who had just opened fire on his unmarked vehicle, the city's district attorney said Monday. Officer Ed Saul Mendoza, who was fired from the police force in April, was arrested on Sunday and taken into custody for the death of Thomas Sidero in early March in a neighborhood of the historic northeastern city located between Washington and New York. Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner said he was charged, among other things, with first-degree murder. During a press conference, authorities detailed the circumstances that led up to the boy's death. Mendoza, who was in civilian clothing at the time of the shooting, was on a surveillance operation with 3 other officers in an unmarked car in Philadelphia, which, like many other large U.S. cities, is undergoing a surge in crime. Still away from Nigeria, Mali's ruling military has announced it is breaking its defense accords with former colonial ruler France, condemning flagrant violations of its national sovereignty by the French troops stationed there. The announcement was the latest sign of deteriorating relations between Mali and France. Authorities in Bamako said they had informed Paris of the decision on Monday afternoon. France so far has not issued an official reaction to the announcement. Colonel Abdoulaye Maiga, Mali's spokesperson, said for some time now, the government of the Republic of Mali notes with regret a profound deterioration in military cooperation with France. Maiga cited multiple instances of French forces having violated the country's airspace. In sports, over 15 players of Nigerian descent have been listed among the 283 early entrants to declare their eligibility for the 2022 NBA draft billed to hold on June 23 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The 2022 draft will consist of 58 picks instead of the typical 60 due to the loss of a second-round pick for both the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat for violating the NBA's tampering rules during free agency. The Nigerians include Efe Abogidi, Ochai Agbaji, James Akinjo, Kadri Chi, Akobundu, Ehiogu, Emmanuel Akot, Theo Akuba, Keve Aluma, and Marcus Azor. Others are Dylan Disu, Anthony Duruji, Aminu Mohammed, Casey Ndefo, Ike Obiagu, Josh Oduru, Gus Okafor, Osai Osifo, Oshun Oshuniyi, Leonardo Okeke, and Gideon George. According to ESPN's mock draft, it has been projected that Agbaji will be a 14th overall selection by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's join Adeni Ajishafe for more on sports.
Former African champion Susu Tamaro of Team Delta secured gold after round-robin wins against Omega Basi of Bayelsa. In women wrestling, African champion and World Under-23 bronze medalist Esther Kolawole needed just 86 seconds to defeat home girl Favor opponent 4-0 via pinfall in 62kg class. Team Bayelsa's Ebi Biogos secured a 6-4 pinfall victory against former African junior champion Sumisola Balogun of Ondo State to claim gold in 72kg class in a touch duel. Youngster Ebirapede Muhabova of Team Bayelsa finally won her first national title, claiming gold in 65kg class in round-robin wins against Temene Dare of Ijo Club, while Team Ondo Esther Shaolu won silver and bronze medals respectively. First Governor 3 national wrestling classes ends with likes of Olympic silver medalist Blessing Obrodudu, multiple African champions Odunayo Adekuroye, Amas Daniel and Mercy Genesis, who are expected to be in action at the Indoor Sports Hall of Samson Siasia Sports Complex, Yenagua. That's Sport News. I am Adeni Ajishafe.
With this, we wrap up News Hour on Trust TV. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Darshan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.